This is a STIHL MS260C. I rebuilt it 4 or 5 years ago. I changed crankshaft seals, the piston and the cylinder also, and all the gaskets. But now, after heavy use, I think the seal here has started to leak. How I know it is when I cut ice, it bogged down. The water came in here and it sucked water through this seal behind this clutch here. Have to clean it up. It says here off is clockwise. I'm gonna take this cover off here. Then I'm able to hold the flywheel and thread the clutch off. This is also dirty. Let's see what happens. Now I can take the oil pump off. Now I'm going to take the flywheel off. Yep. So this is a homemade flywheel puller. Came off. Oh yeah, this key here in the keyway. I'm going to take it off so I don't lose it. I noticed that there was a vacuum tube disconnected here. I don't know how it happened. Now I am taking off the muffler to take a look inside the cylinder. There is something wrong with it. There is a huge scoring inside the cylinder. I'm gonna have to take it apart. This isn't that bad here, but this is major. This is like really deep. At least the crankshaft seems to be okay. Now I'm gonna go and look for the parts online. So this is what I found, and it's a whole kit. Cool. Sofort kaufen. Kaufen, ja. Jetzt bezahlen. I'm gonna get the piston off. This piston has been working a bit. So finally I have received the parts from Germany. Oh yeah. That's like chainsaw porn. It's so wonderful. New parts. Yeah. The arrow on the piston has to be pointed towards the exhaust. So this piston has these Teflon bits on the skirt. Maybe it will reduce the friction and make it last longer. This seal is too small to get it out from this side, so I'm gonna have to split the chainsaw and then pound it out from the other side. Handle is off. tilt it so I can get these off. These are all the same size, which is good. So there are the crankcase pins here. One is here and the other one is here. So I pounded these pins out. Yeah, it is holding on only by the crankshaft right now. So I'm gonna heat this side even more. Ow, shit. Now, there you go. Now I'm gonna go and eat. So to get this seal out, I'm using the screw method. I'm gonna have to make sure I'm not gonna drop anything in there. And it's out. So I think these bearings will do for another 5 years. It went on. Ah, I fucked it up. I pushed it in too far. So now I'm gonna have to get it out with the screws again. This new seal. And get a new seal from the town. So I got the new seal. It cost me $6.50 plus the ride to town. So note to my future self, use a bigger socket, man. What a shave. Perfectly good seal. Ah, gosh. Now I'm gonna get a bigger socket. It will go over the bearing. Should have done it like the first time. I'm gonna get this half outside. It's like -5 degrees or something. It will cool down and shrink. Mainly this bearing is the problem here. And heat up the other side so it will go over this bearing like really smoothly. Now while the other half is cooling down, I'm gonna heat this up. Yeah! Now that was cool. It's on now. So these are mainly for holding the gasket in place. I have to put in the pins first. So the gasket is lined up pretty good. Now both pins are in, and now I can tighten up these screws. Should be good. So now I can install this seal here. Now I'm going to cut off the excess gasket so it's flush with the crankcase. Now I'm gonna put the circlips in, well, one of them. Now the piston, the arrow points towards the exhaust. Don't forget this vacuum hose here. It's under here. I'm gonna reinforce it with a zip tie because it was loose. Add some lube. So one last thing to do is setting up the carb. So the first time when it runs with new parts,